Hello and welcome to the November 11th council meeting. It is 7:30 p.m. Will Mr. Hoover please call the roll?
Ms. Brandt.
Here.
Mr. Finley.
Here.
Mr. Garvis.
Here.
Ms. Tully.
Here.
Mr. Ventura.
Here.
Now I ask Mr. O'Brien from American Legion Post 801 Chaplain to lead us in prayer and then following lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
With bowed heads, let us pray. Almighty God, on this auspicious occasion, the 103rd anniversary of our World War I armistice, we stand before Thee as loyal servants to our country. This is a day to remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, their lives in exchange for our freedom. And let us be ever mindful of our POWs and MIAs still unaccounted for from the wars and conflicts. We celebrate this Veterans Day not to mourn our dead, but to honor those who are presently on active service or honorable veterans who have served our country in the past wars, conflicts, or in peacetime. We ask for your blessing that America remains free and true to our Constitution. We pray for those who serve the people and guard the public welfare, that by thy blessing they may be enabled to discharge their duties honestly and well. Almighty God, we ask for thy blessing upon our flag, the emblem of our republic, and may it fly forever over a free land. May the words "In God we trust" ever live, and may the faith of our forefathers guide, protect, and sustain our citizens. Amen.
Amen.
Now please face the flag and join me in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. Happy Veterans Day and thank you for your service. Okay, we have approval of the minutes of Thursday, October 28th, 2021.
Yes, I make a motion to accept and approve the minutes of the Thursday, October 28th, 2021 regular council meeting.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, next we'll move into public comments. First, we have Mr. Lawrence Merrick. If you come up to the microphone, we ask you keep it to 5 minutes or less and state your address, please, and name.
Thank you. I'd just like to let you guys know we appreciate the quick response on Maple View and Indian Run last week and the week before there. Some of the work has started, and we hope in the neighborhood that things will continue to improve the situation with the water flow and so on. So we're looking forward to continued work in that area on that.
Thanks for letting us know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we have, it looks like Joe Gillane? No? Okay. Never mind. Thanks anyway. All right, we will move right into correspondence from the clerk.
Yes, we have two pieces. The first is addressed to the fire department. It is a card, says, "You're the best. Thanks for being there during this trying time and transporting my husband Ken to the hospital on July 10th. You were all lifesavers. Ken's doing well. Thank you again, Ken and Judy Wright, 9526 Ledge Acres Road." And on the scene was Captain Dave Chesnick, Fire Medic Ed Manny, Fire Medic Dennis Bash, Fire EMT Mike Rigo, and Police Department personnel is Officer Chris Neal. And then secondly was looks like a package from Mallory's with chocolates was sent to the fire department with the message: "To the EMTs who responded so quickly to my husband's request for assistance on the Valley View Road on October 27, 21, as I suffered 2 seizures. You provided me wonderful care. Thank you so much. Deborah Hazen, 2550 Tracy Avenue in Euclid, Ohio." And on scene there was Captain Brian Miller, Fire Medic Tyler Hill, and Fire Medic Jeff Tylecki. That is it.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move into pending or new legislation. First up is ordinance number 67.
Mayor, I'd move to offer ordinance number 67, 2021 for its second reading by title only.
Second.
An ordinance providing for the 2022 annual appropriations for the city of Macedonia, Ohio.
Okay, we'll move right into ordinance number 69.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to offer ordinance number 69, 2021, for its first, second, and third reading by title only, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with the Ohio Government Benefit Cooperative to provide health insurance coverage for eligible City of Macedonia employees.
Director Smith?
Yes, this is our 2022 renewal of our medical benefits and taking on renewals for both dental and vision, and we intend on changing the carrier for those two. We spent a lot of time getting our numbers. Initially, they were very high, and we got them down to a reasonable amount and continue to be able to provide our employees with good medical and vision and dental coverage.
Thank you. Any further?
Thank you, Director Smith, for doing that and getting that together. It's a monumental task every year, and you always keep the health and safety of our staff in mind, and also do the best you can with our tax dollars. Thank you very much.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, what is your pleasure?
I'd ask that we pass and post according to law, ordinance number 69, 2021, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ordinance 69 carries. Are there any other motions or legislative actions? Hearing none, I'll move into the mayor's report. Our October revenue from the mayor's court is $16,110. An announcement to make today, we had a resignation in our police department of a sergeant. When we get to the police department reports, Lieutenant Yakopowicz will give a little bit more detail that revolves around that. We are moving forward with the service building. We had a meeting today and we met with the criteria architect, which we are going to be selecting here. Well, we have selected our criteria architect, and this is step probably 7 of 100, but we're getting there, and we're getting closer to having some concept of what we're going to be doing moving forward. So as that develops, I'll obviously communicate to council and the public as to where we stand and where we're going to go with that. But we're moving forward and things are progressing nicely. Today's conversation was about what equipment we have, where we're going to store it, how that's going to work, and what it's going to look like. So that's all in process, and I thank the staff that helped with that today, because it's going to be a lot of work, but when it's done, I think it's going to be something we're all going to be very proud of. Next item on my list is leaves in the street. We have this ongoing issue. We cannot put leaves in the street. If you have leaves in your yard that you're putting out for us to pick up, they have to be on the tree lawn. They cannot be in the street. If they are in the street, we've had a lot of complaints from people. The building department will give you a letter and give you, I think, 5 days to get them out of there. And if it doesn't happen after that, unfortunately, we're going to have to cite people. The issue is you're clogging up the drains. It's getting into the stormwater inlets. Mr. Merrick so eloquently brought it up again today with the issues he's having. We don't need to add to those problems. This is a very simple thing that we can correct on our own. Don't put leaves in the street. That's not where they belong. Cars can hit them. It can cause them to slide. There's so many things that can go wrong with that. We cannot put leaves in the street. We are doing our best to communicate where we are in terms of our staff. We have 3 crews running right now collecting leaves. We're working very diligently to get them picked up. I ask you to have patience. This is Ohio. The weather changes on a dime, as it did tonight where it started raining. Obviously, that makes it a little bit more difficult to pick up leaves, but you cannot put leaves in the street. They have to be on the tree lawn, in your driveway apron, but they cannot be in the street. So I can't stress that point enough. The next thing I want to touch on is we had a Rotary meeting this Tuesday, and we had a lady by the name of Miss Wotecki, who is the librarian at the high school. She brought with her a lovely young lady named Olivia Carpenter. She's the library ambassador, and what she has done there I thought was amazing, and I had to give her a little bit of props today because I think what she's doing is amazing. So I'm going to give a little bit of her synopsis of what she does, but basically she came up with this idea for kids in high school, specifically girls, and she's going to go to the boys at some point too, where if they can't afford clothes or if someone wants to donate clothes or swap out clothes, she created a little closet that's kind of off the beaten path in a corner where you can go and get clothes for yourself. And I think it's just absolutely amazing that she came up with that and thought of that, because she made the point of, there used to be an area in a bathroom where someone would throw a sweater or a sweatshirt and someone would go grab that sweatshirt, someone who's less fortunate or maybe wanted something a little bit nicer or something someone didn't want and they were taking that. So I think what she did was amazing. So it says, anyone interested in donating new or gently worn clothing, shoes, or accessories for our high school community can contact Ms. Wotecki directly at the high school via email or phone number. We can arrange a drop-off time at the high school. They are also in need of clothing racks and hangers at this time. Her direct line at the high school phone number is 330-908-6030. And her email is Angela, Angela, Wojtecki, and this is the tough one, WOJTECKI @nordoniaschools.org. So if you want to help with that, you don't have to be a student. You could be an adult. If you want to donate clothing for those ladies at the high school, they would certainly appreciate that. And again, I got to give a lot of props to Olivia Carpenter for coming up with that idea, because I think that's amazing. A young lady at that age coming up with an idea like that to help others and being selfless. I think that's very awesome of her. So can't thank her enough for what she does. All right, the next thing, Nordonia Band. I think it's coming up here at 8:30, right, Chief? They're going into a national competition, and if you've seen that band, they are absolutely amazing. I mean, Ohio State band is the baddest damn band in the whole damn land, or whatever they say, but they are not far from it. I could tell you that I got to see them at the high school, and they were absolutely amazing. The things that they do and the way that they move around the field and the lights and everything was amazing. So I wish them the best in the national competition, and I think we're sending them off at 8:30 here today with a few fire trucks to Indiana. So good luck to all of them. I think that's awesome, and we wish them well. Also on Friday, tomorrow, our football team travels to Ravenna for the third round of playoffs against a really tough competitor in Hoban. So we wish them well in that game as well. I want to wish everyone a happy Veterans Day and thank those who have served. Our Veterans Memorial is coming right along. I was talking with Mr. O'Brien before the meeting. We are going to begin work on our Veterans Memorial bathroom. We're going to be doing this in the winter. It's going to be a tough go, but as with everything in society right now, we're having a hard time getting materials. We're having a hard time getting contractors, but we got some really good rates from a contractor who's going to dig down, I think, about 20 feet to get to the sanitary. Is it 20 feet? It's quite a distance down, so we don't have the equipment to accommodate that, so we're going to have the contractor dig down to do the connections for sanitary and storm sewer. So that'll be probably in mid-December. We begin? So that's forthcoming as well. And last but not least, please don't drive distracted. Please put the phones down and drive the car. Okay, committee reports.
Parks and Rec Commission will have our final meeting of the year next Wednesday, November 17th, in the activity room at the Rec Center, and then we'll start it back up in January. End of report.
For the cemetery, if you've driven by, you'll notice that the fence is finished. It's all painted. We also are now working on finding funding for the road since it doesn't fit state funding. And that's considered a road, but it's the driveway through, and it's got a lot of issues. It's old. The other thing is you'll see work being done on the wall, the roof, the cap, and the bathroom. In the actual garage, which is where the employees use. That work's going forward. I also have to take a moment and thank Jeff Snell. He's our administrator. Every time we thought we had somebody who volunteered to paint the fence, didn't happen, and he persisted and found someone who actually has finished it. We also, he found a big discount, major discount on a new table for the office and donated chairs. Jeff has been very courageous in handling complaints, in handling issues, and that's not been his realm of reality with the cemetery, but he has a very vested interest in it and really takes care of it, and we're very lucky to have him. And that's my end of the report.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move into department reports. First up is Director Karras.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to echo what the mayor said earlier, and I'd like to, wish everybody a happy Veterans Day. All the veterans who served. I'd like to wish all the former Marines and current Marines and happy birthday. It was the Marine Corps birthday yesterday. Leave collection. We are currently running through our second round. You can check our activity sheets on the city website for a list of completed streets. As we make each round, the one area that we're still on our first round is the city mains. So we're getting through those, and we're hoping to get through those this week. Crews are working overtime, and we do plan on having 4 crews out this Saturday. Next week, the department will begin removing all the old fall decorations that we had up for Halloween because we are currently busy putting up the Christmas decorations in preparation for the tree lighting event on December 5th. Currently, we have 3 plow trucks assembled in preparation for any snow events that occur between, I know we're talking about a little bit of snow this weekend, so we'll have 3 trucks ready for that. And we do have 2 new trucks on order right now, and we are hoping to have those trucks in, it's supposed to be sometime early November, end of October, but I think we're pushing it to the, second week of December right now. So we're hoping to have those trucks in. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for your service as well. I think what's the saying, once a Marine, always a Marine, so thank you for your service, sir. We'll definitely appreciate it. Mr. Gelati.
Thanks, Mayor. Yeah, happy Veterans Day, Leon, absolutely. Just want to let council know that yesterday the crew broke ground on the new monument sign that's being installed at the Golden Link right in, right out access road. So that's the final step in that overall project, which I think is a really good thing for the city. So you'll see the progress as the sign goes up, and it'll have the logos for all of the businesses in that shopping center. That's all I have. Thanks.
One comment. Is there a way to have signs put up alerting folks? The truck's parked right in the road that's doing the work for the monument sign.
Oh, okay.
So when people come around, there's people coming out, and so it's backing people up on the 8, and nobody knows that guy's there. So
Until it's too late. We'll make sure they get some maintenance of traffic over there.
So people going in or out aren't realizing it, so it's like, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we'll take care of it.
I don't want them getting hurt, and I appreciate the work they're doing, but how people, they're going to lunch, they're hungry. Their mind's only on one thing.
Don't stand in the way of somebody going to Target, right?
Thank you. Director Chaddock.
Thank you, Mayor. Currently at the rec center, we are continuing to work on the HVAC units, and I'm happy to say the building is heating now. Granted, we don't really need the heat this week because we're kicking back in the mid-60s again. The heat is working. The building is getting the proper airflow going through, so it's been really nice to have that again this week. We're also installing some wireless thermostats that will help us keep better temperature control of the building, and these units will be transferable to the new units we will eventually get. Currently obtaining quotes on those, so we'll have more information as we get to the conclusion of this year. Winter programming is all up and set in our systems, so I encourage everyone to check us out at macrec.com to get more information about fitness classes, swim lessons, and some of the other holiday classes that we have going on. We are currently working as a staff on setting up for spring and summer programming. I know it sounds weird to be saying that in November. I can tell you we're already looking 6 to 8 months ahead for our programming, so that's getting done by staff currently. And then, as Director Karras alluded to, on Sunday, December 5th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here at City Hall, we will do the holiday tree lighting and have some activities for the kids. So we look forward to that. Thank you, Mayor. That concludes my report.
So you're saying Santa's going to be here?
I think Santa might be here.
That's great.
There's a winter fest.
What's that? I'm sorry?
You're doing a winter fest this year, right? Or yes?
So we were planning for the winter fest, and then obviously with everything going on in the world right now as far as getting supplies and stuff, we didn't feel we could get all the supplies we wanted to appropriately do it for this year, and we didn't want to do a 50% event and have it not have the same theme, so to speak. So we've decided to push it to 22 to have our first one then, and we'll stick with the holiday tree lighting for this year.
Sounds good.
So that was, unfortunately, we had to make that change. It was hard for us to decide because obviously we wanted to push it for this year. Just supplies were not in abundance this year.
All right.
Thank you. Director Barris.
Thank you, Mayor. Also, I'd like to send out my appreciation to veterans for their service. And one item, just a reminder that we'll have a small amendment on the December agenda for the receipt and purchase order creation for the $75,000 grant that was received for the seniors last month. End of my report.
Thank you. Chief Ripley.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd also like to thank the veterans for their service. And Leon, happy birthday to the Marine Corps. Shout out to my son-in-law, who's active duty Marine Corps. Just a reminder that Santa delivery is in fact occurring in the city of Macedonia this year. We're working through some logistics for Santa tracking with Mr. Garvis's help. I think we're going to be on track for that. The bags will be available at City Hall and the Rec Center and Northfield Center Town Hall near the end of the month. I don't know the date at the top of my head. So that's a big event, and I know everyone was very upset last year when it was canceled, so we're back online. Also, it was mentioned in the work session, I haven't heard anyone mention it now, but Highland Road is now open for the fire department, operationally a big thing. Gives us access to the southern part of our district from here, so that's huge. I'd also like to congratulate Ms. Brandt, Ms. Tully, and Mr. Ventura on their recent reelection of council. Congratulations on that, and go Knights. End of report, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lieutenant Yakupovich.
First of all, I too would like to thank the veterans for their service. You know, everybody up here said it, but it is that important. Everybody should be saying it. And to touch on the mayor had mentioned, we had Sergeant Sean Hathaway gave us a resignation. He gave us a little over 2 months notice. He's also our jail administrator. So the Civil Service Commission will be giving a promotional examination December 7th. We're hoping to fill that position and still have plenty of time for Sean to teach the new sergeant some of the stuff he does in the jail. Sean was with us a little over 9 years. A couple years ago, he started his own business, and it's gotten very successful for him. So we certainly wish him the best. And now he's expanding that business, so I'm sure he's going to do just fine. End of report.
Thank you. Director Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to echo what everyone else is saying, to say thank you to our veterans and their service. And it is very important to make sure that we do say that. We're very busy with the benefits. We're very busy with training, and look forward to getting all this stuff done by the end of the year. End of report.
Thank you. Director Collins.
Thank you, Mayor. Just wanted to take an opportunity and recognize the veterans. Thanks for your service. Thank you, Leon. The IT department closed 25 tickets since the last meeting. Fixed the speakers downstairs at the rec center, so when everyone's working out, they'll hear music again. Also got the music player updated so that you guys can change the stations as well. I imagine that'll be Christmas music soon enough, but it will also not be the same 20 songs over and over again. Other major projects are working on the website. In the first phase of working on the new website, hope to have that rolled out to everybody within probably the next 6 months. End of report. Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks for pointing out the holiday music. We have had the same, I think, rotation of 8 or 10 songs for a while, and I said, well, we should probably add a few to that this year. So new music coming. Exciting stuff.
It's already there.
Yes. Director Gaddetti.
No report this evening, sir.
Any unfinished business?
I have one question. The lights are up on Old Main, and that's Twinsburg, correct? The lights are up. When are they going to go on? The lights, the overhead, the traffic lights?
Oh, you mean traffic signal. Got it.
Yes.
You said lights, I thought you meant
We're
Christmas
using the right
lights.
terminology, James.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
You drive down this road.
The red and green ones.
Yeah.
So.
Red's supposed to be
For
the sky.
We have red and green ones as well.
No, in all seriousness, that's in the township, so Summit County Engineer, that's their project. So as to exactly when that signal will be finished and tested and fully operational and actually turned on, I don't know. I'm sure they'll leave the bags on it until that time. So.
Is there a way you can find out, post it on the web, because a lot of people use that road to go back towards that infamous Pasco, and it's going to be a surprise. The lights are up, they're just not on yet.
Yeah, we can reach out to the county, find out if they have an update. And usually for those types of projects, the engineer, in this case the county, they'll have signs up in advance, warning, new signal, new traffic pattern, et cetera. So to get everyone's attention.
Those aren't there yet, just the lights are. Thank you.
One thing to add too, I saved the best for last, but happy Thanksgiving. We won't be here for the last meeting of the month because it is Thanksgiving. As much as we enjoy each other's company, I think we should spend that day with our families. So we will all be with our families. I don't know if my family would be into that.
Do you allow dogs in the building?
So happy Thanksgiving. We won't have another council meeting this month. By charter, we're only required to have one. And also congratulations to Mr. Ventura, Mrs. Tully, and Ms. Brandt on your election win. Look forward to working with all of you for the next couple of years here. And
I would like to thank the residents for their continued support, faith and respect for us to allow us to work for them for another 4 years, because that's what we do.
I would just like to say I hope all veterans had a peaceful Veterans Day. And I'd like to say a special shout out to not only Mr. Ventura, but my favorite veteran, my dad, Robert Brandt Jr., who is in Vietnam 51 years ago. This is his 51st Veterans Day and the Army First Cav. Thanks to all who served.
That really puts my age up. I met my husband as he was on leave, going back for his third stint in Vietnam. I want to thank him for his service, and luckily he came home. We had a friend who came home, but unfortunately was extremely injured, and so is no longer with us. But we talked, her dad and I talked, tried to get her dad and Greg together so they can talk. But I want to thank every veteran. I don't know how you do it. I really don't know how you do it. I have one other thing, if you don't mind. You may remember Terry Pouder. She used to come to these meetings all the time. If you look at the picture, you'll right away go, oh, I remember her. Terry has passed away. The funeral was today. She was part of our rec center, and she also really worked on the manor house. But she would always be here, always had a smile on her face, always had good ideas, was willing to listen to the ideas, and was a very valued citizen. So we take a moment for her family, and in memories, we want to thank Terry.
Thanks for that. I had noticed her house went up for sale, and I was inquiring, and I'm sad to hear that. And I can tell you that that woman was a fantastic person and definitely staunch in her faith and talked about it a lot. So
She was always dressed to perfection.
yes, sweetest lady you'll ever meet.
So nice, yeah.
That breaks my heart. Okay, any new business? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.